little dog.
Me and my dogs, I look like fucking...
You're the dog lady?
No, what's his name from Austin Powers?
No.
With his cat?
Mr. Evil?
Dr. Evil, yeah. That's me and my dog. Okay. Chana?
What?
Where are you from?
LA? West Side?
West Side? Where on the West Side?
Pacific Palisades, California.
And what do you do?
I'm a photographer and makeup artist.
Okay. And how long have you been a photographer?
Like 5 years, maybe. I did makeup for so long before. I wasn't shooting when I met you.
That's true, but I feel like, really? Only 5 years?
Only 5 years.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been a makeup artist then?
13.
13 years. Okay. So let's talk about makeup first. How did you get started doing makeup?
I started doing makeup. I used to draw faces, and I didn't want to commission my work. So my mom gave me the idea of going to makeup school because I was so good at drawing women's faces. And I went to makeup designery in Burbank and graduated from there and started doing movies and television stuff and all that fun stuff.
So, how long into your career as a makeup artist was it until you started doing photography? Or we'll say why
did I start photography from it?
Well, yeah. I mean,
over?
you were well into your career as a makeup artist.
Yeah.
Like you were established.
Pretty much for me, I think it was that I was really sick and tired of not getting my photos as a makeup artist from photographers who said that they wouldn't give me photos for my portfolio. So my mom handed me a camera, and she's all like, "Start shooting your work." And I started shooting my work, and then people were like, "Oh, you're good at this," and I hated it at first.
Why did you hate it?
I don't know. I just didn't like. It was stupid to me.
Okay.
It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, okay.
Because it was unfamiliar to you?
Probably.
Yeah.
And no one taught me anything. I had no like background in it at all. I just picked up a camera and started like clicking and was looking at the highlights and shadows on faces to get the lighting.
Right. What kind of camera was your first camera?
A Rebel.
Okay.
Just the Rebel.
Okay.
Like the original.
Stock.
Like Costco special.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sick. What kind of camera did we shoot on it first?
The Rebel.
The Rebel.
My first publication was on the Rebel.
Sick. Okay, very good. So, you picked up a camera, you started shooting, mostly for utility purposes for yourself.
Yeah.
But at what point did you realize yourself that you were actually good at it, and did you really start pursuing it?
I guess people, like, once I started shooting a couple people from my portfolio for just makeup, people started talking to their friends, or like, who shot this and who did this, and I started getting emails and like model mayhem requests.
Right.
Like, oh, can we do a photo shoot? And I was like, sure, why not?
Right.
I didn't think I was good still. But
I was going to say, were you nervous to start taking clients when you first started?
I didn't get paid clients at first. I was just like, whatever.
Just testing, playing around.
Like, I charged them for makeup.
Okay, that's smart.
But I didn't charge them for the
Because you
shoot.
put your seal of approval on that.
Like, I knew that I could knock that out.
You could do that, right? Okay, so how long were you shooting before you started taking paying clients?
Like a year.
Like a year. Okay.
And even then it was like, then I got together with like a company that was well known. They were in the urban market. So I started shooting all the video vixens because they all knew each other and they all had a lot of followers, and it built a following of all those type of girls. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna start getting paid from these girls because it was the same stuff every time, and they're like, "Oh, does $500 work, or does this work, or does that work?"
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even tell them that I was charging. They would just offer money up front because they wanted to shoot with me.
Right.
Because I shot like the girls I looked up to on videos.
Right. So, and it was interesting time back then because this was before Instagram and before social media had really kind of become the beast that it is. So, what do you recognize as the difference as a photographer now in 2017 versus like 2012?
You
when
have
started
to
doing
have a social media.
this? You have to.
You have to.
It's imperative.
There's no way you can't, like.
Right.
I mean, we had Twitter. Like, Twitter was the one social media platform, and it was like that main thing, and that's how I got the girls. They would like DM me on the Twitter and be like, "Oh, can we do a shoot?"
Right.
And then it went to in Facebook, MySpace.
Yeah. So
back then, like that was my word of mouth was the way I got my clients, and then it changed to now. It's all literally. I get all my clients off of social media.
okay.
I don't do any mark. I need to like that's what I'm in the process of doing now, but.
Right. So, do you feel though that because you kind of sometimes I feel bad for people that are just like photographers that are just getting started now, because it's like, how do you compete with people in this industry who have been doing it longer, who have a following? I feel like for you, you got in at a time when it was so beautiful because it was before social media, so you were able to build yourself and build a reputation and build a name.
But I also changed lanes.
Yeah, you did.
Like, if I was in that lane, like, I still have a name in that world.
Right.
But I had to literally change my name, my business name, because every time you Google me, it's
Booty models.
booty models.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. And
Like, all over the internet. Like, you Google it's bad.
do you want to include this in your interview?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about
Maybe
that.
not
for a
that,
second.
yeah. Tone it down.
I'll clean it up. That's what I'm good at.
Tone it down a little
I
bit.
got
Make
you.
it sound very
You know I do for
classy.
you. I always do for you. So let's talk about that, though. I think that's a good topic. You changed lanes because you switched gears and you really got into
honestly,
fashion.
that's not even it.
What is it?
I was sick of looking at beauty models.
Yeah.
Was the first thing.
I know.
The editing of them.
Uh-huh.
Dude, we had an old. We had a girl who wanted to do Playboy. She changed her birthday on her ID. This bitch was like 40.
It's really bad. Hold on. Hold on. We need to take a coffee break really fast because you need to hear this. No, you have to hear this. This is precious time. I'm very serious about this.